Hey, this is Don from SCA Kit Builder, and today we're taking a trip into the Hairball Audio Rev D kit. Hairball is a super nice guy, super nice company out of Seattle, and as you can see, let's do a little unboxing of what they send. I ordered a 1176 Rev D kit from them, and you'll see why the Rev is important in a moment. Everything is super nicely packaged. This time around, what I got from Hairball is this little guy, which I'm pretty excited about. Yeah, I'm a little geeked out. But I think this is awesome. It's my Hairball Audio. That's his dog Lola. Check out Hairball Audio. They recently came online with the new preamp, the Lola. And this little the dog icon is kind of his trademark, his little logo. So thought that was pretty cool. Word of warning: if you get a T-shirt, I bought a large. You might want to get an extra large. These things are running a little small, but nonetheless, I will wear it with pride, which was pretty cool. It was like a $15 T-shirt, but it just goes to showing my pride in the DIY world. Okay, let's dig into the rest of the box here. As you can see, everything really nicely packaged. Okay, so not going to be any issues with any of the stuff in this package. This is the Hairball meter. Again, super nicely packaged. As you can see, these things come very well packaged. I'll try not to keep going on about how well packaged it is because I'm just repeating myself over and over again. You get your meter switches. These are the meter switches for the front panel. You get two of those. And again, these are independent of the rev. And this. So the nice thing about Hairball and what these guys have done is that you don't have to worry about sourcing the buttons and sourcing the knobs. They've done all that work for you. So what they did here, they basically replicated or got some good copies of those front panel knobs, and these are really nice knobs. There's just no reason why you'd want to go and try to get your own. These things are exactly what you need. So comes with, let's go through the rest of this. So this is the T-pad for the input. And what Hairball does for you, they give you a small mounting PCB that this T-pad attenuator sits on, so you solder it to the PCB. It makes hooking up the input transformer a whole lot easier, and we'll get to that in a moment. But there's the T-pad attenuator. What else do we got? Yeah, I always like this. Oh, it looks like Mike changed the buttons. There's a black Hairball Audio button that he always gives. He'll give you a little Lola sticker, which he's been putting in his kits for a while now. The Lola has been released already, so you might want to check that out. He gives you a pair of matched FETs. I don't know if you can see them in a couple of matched transistors in here. So he matches those for you. Again, these guys do everything for you, make it so much easier. If you had to do this yourself, it'd be a pain in the ass. You'd have to match the transistors. It helps with performance. This underneath here, inside the bag is the two PCBs for the. Looks like these have changed too. Look like slightly different from the last few that I purchased. The switches, there's two PCBs in here if you could see, but these switches actually mount on the PCBs, and you can the resistors for the various revisions are mounted directly to this board. Switches mount to the board, makes everything a whole lot easier to do, a whole lot easier to wire up. So these are rev specific when it comes to which values you're putting on the push button boards. Put these back in this. Like I said, I can't stress enough that Hairball does a lot of the thinking for you. Here we have three pots, and these are good pots. I mean, there's I think they're alphas. Yeah, they're alpha pots. Stuff you get from Mouse or whatever. One's a switched pot, and this is for the attack release and output attack and release, I do believe. Again, these are good quality. If you want, you can source your own pots if you wanted to. I haven't seen a reason to do so yet, but like I said, it's DIY. But when you buy the kit from Hairball, they include all this stuff for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, this is just an extra lamp, meter lamp. The meters don't have a standard, what you would think of as a typical light bulb. It's a turret bulb. You can see that, but it's just a replacement that I ordered, that I placed in this order. It typically doesn't come with a replacement bulb, but this order has one because I ordered one. Let's see what this is. All right, so this is the input transformer, okay? This is, it's the C-3837-1 input transformer. The nice thing about this guy is, again, he gives you a PCB. It may not seem like much, but this thing, it sits on the PCB. The input transformer sits on the board. The board is attached to the side of the case, and it just makes wiring these things so much easier. I think he did a fantastic job with this. So again, a little PCB, a whole lot of easiness for you when you're putting this kit together. And this, I can tell by the weight of it, my friends, it is the output transformer. A lot of people talk about, the output transformer, and we all know it's important. It's super important. And this is the Ed Anderson 5002, which is a reproduction of what was in some of the original 1176 units from back in the 60s and 70s. So every unit I've ever built, I've used this transformer, and I've had people say that the units sound amazing. I've had people who don't like the sound of the 1176 kit, but it's not because of the transformer, okay? This transformer is awesome. It is perfect for this kit, and it's included if you buy the kit from Hairball. So, set this down over here. All right, so now we have the power transformer. Again, this is the Aval, what is it called? I never remember the name of this guy. Yeah, it's an Aval Limburg transformer. Super nice transformer. I haven't had any issues with I haven't had any issues with any of the components I've ever purchased from Hairball or any of the component pieces that are in the kits when you buy them. Nice thing about this guy, it can be wired for 110 or 230, 240 mains, and it's a dual secondary transformer. But again, these guys, they include this in the kit. You don't even have to think about, oh, what kind of transformer do I need? These guys include it in the kit when you buy it. It's just awesome. I recently wired one of these for the first time for a guy in Australia, and
It was super, super easy. On the website that MNATs and Hairball provide for us, I mean, it's incredibly easy to do. You just need to, take your time, pay attention to what you're doing, and these things are easy to wire up.
but again, you're dealing with live voltages that can kill you, so be careful. Take your time, and but include it in the kit. You don't have to think, what kind of transformer do I need? Is it going to work? It's already there in the kit for you. So, again, I can't stress how much easier these guys have made all this process for us. And last but not least, as far as the little bits and pieces go, the hardware. So I'm not going to go through each of the hardware pieces, but as you can see, there's brackets to hold the push buttons onto the case, brackets to hold the zero, the null meter adjustment, for zeroing the front panel meter, and all the hardware that goes with it. It's all right here. And sometimes I'll have more than one kit on the go, so I really try to keep everything organized and in one spot for each kit that I'm doing. And I'm not going to open up each one of these, but just to show you, I mean, these guys, everything is padded, everything is individually wrapped. You will have no issues with this stuff. Here's the back panel, and I'm going to show you the front panel in a second. Side panels, side rails. These are the rails that go on the inside for mounting the PCB, and two panels, top and bottom panels. So that's those things. This is the piece, this is the piece that really matters. This is the piece that has to be perfect. And this is the front panel. And I'll give you a quick look at this guy. When I look at these things, this is the very first thing that I'm looking at, because if this is messed up, no one's gonna want it. So carefully, because I don't want to scratch it. This is actually, if you look under here, this is the inside surface. Again, this is always well packaged. There's an inner plastic sleeve on this guy. Okay. And let me go get a glove. All right, so again, perfect. Not an issue, not a scratch, not a blemish. So, it's beautiful. Again, Hairball goes the distance for all of this stuff, and you don't have to worry about it or think about anything as far as getting started with this kit. They include everything that you're going to need. Again, this is just the beginning. This is only the very, very beginnings of what you're going to have to do. And the reason I'm telling you that is, I'll show you a couple of. So let me get this back in the bag, because I really don't want this to get scratched up. All right, so that's pretty much it. And like I said, these guys include everything you're going to need in here, okay? Because I already had a couple of these boards, I didn't purchase one with the, when I purchased the kit from Hairball, you have the option of including a PCB. And I had a couple of extra PCBs that I ordered from MNuts in Australia. And these are pretty good PCBs, I mean, as far as the quality goes. Really, you just have to take your time and, you know, take your time with soldering. Make sure you do a good job with that. This is a Rev A, the blue one, the lighter blue, and the dark blue blackish is the Rev D. I'm going to be doing a Rev D. I have the Rev D parts coming from Mouser this week. So this doesn't come with the kit, although you have the option of including a board with your kit, and you make sure you match the board, the Rev D, with the Rev D parts that you're getting from Hairball. I'm trying to think if there's bits and pieces that actually matter. The Rev D, yeah, the Rev D matters for the output transformer, the input transformer. I think 100% the components from Mouser are going to be important. Make sure you match them with the rev that you're building. And what else? I think that's about it, man. Of course, there's a bunch of stuff that, you know, if you're building one of these things that you don't see, you're going to need one of these guys. Okay, so get yourself a decent quality soldering iron. Absolutely. And basically, this is what I would do if I was starting out and I wanted to start this. You know, buy the kit, buy the components that you're going to need, and make sure you have about an additional $200 on top of just the component pieces to purchase a good soldering iron and the wiring, the solder, any pliers you may need, some wire strippers, stuff like that. It quickly adds up. So I think an additional 200, maybe that may be a little light, but so many things. Like when you're preparing the case, you know, you need to grind down. And these are just cheap. I bought them at Northern Tools and Equipment. You don't need expensive ones, but I mean, just grinding tips. I have a rotary tool that I use to grind down areas where the case has to connect for grounding, things like that. The other thing that you absolutely have to get is this. You need wire. You need lots of it. I used to use this stuff, which is the Canary mic cable. I don't use it anymore. I've been making mic cables out of these recently. It's really good quality cable, but it's hard as hell to work with. This stuff is heavily shielded. It doesn't twist very well, so if you need to go around a corner and, you know, flip from one side to the other as you're hooking up a pot and then you're wiring it into the back and you're twisting it, it's very supple, but it just doesn't twist well. It just doesn't have that flexibility that way. So super good stuff for microphone cables, but kind of a pain to work with inside a case. And quite frankly, it's probably overkill. I have built a few components with this, which I'll show you in a future video, but stay away from that for this stuff. This is some good quality. Again, it's Canary. It's L2 what? It's L2B 2AT. Can't see the number on it, but shielded with a shield and not. This stuff is shielded with a super braided shield, and it's really nice. Hard to work with. This stuff has a foil shield. Much easier to work with, the foil shield. But you're going to need a boatload of that stuff. I buy that from Marker Tech. Going to need a lot of that stuff. Anyway, I've gone over a few things that you're going to need to build a kit, and I hope you've enjoyed this kind of glimpse into what's necessary, what's in the box, what's not in the box. Some things you're going to need to build it, but you'll have a great time. Like I said, I've built, I don't know, quite a few of these. Seven, 8. This may be my 8th one that I built, and enjoy it every time. These things are awesome. So anyway, get that soldering iron out and get building some gear. Peace out.